Yo, yo, yo. What's good, folkers? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Snapzilla Gorilla here, aka Tyrant's Bane. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy channel. Well, you'll see it as Tyrant's Bane TDOA. But yeah, you know what it is. I'm Tyrant's Bane, I'm Snapzilla Gorilla, I'm Snap Turtle, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it is what it is, you know. Changes happen, additions happen, evolution happens, you know what I'm saying? But what I want to talk about today is my growing concern in what's going on with the Joe Biden cabinet, okay? Now, Joe Biden wants this individual by the name of Rachel Levine, or Levine, whatever the hell its name is. His name. I'm not doing I'm calling the gender what it is. His name is Rachel Levine, for whatever reason. He wanted to have that female name, and he wears a wig or he has long hair. Whatever he wants to do is his business. But see, now this is what we talk about when we say, when you allow the when you allow the politicization of sexuality, when you allow the government to determine and dictate what sexuality is and all this other shit and what people, this, that, and the third, look, you have problems like this with this Rachel Levine person. Now, this Rachel Levine has talked multiple times about the chemical mutilation of little boys and girls, okay? Prepubescent little boys and girls. He wants children to be allowed to have puberty blockers before they reach puberty if they feel like they are this sex or that sex, all right? Now, this is some bullshit. We're talking about children here. We're talking about children. Not only does he want it allowed for the children to be able to make the decision without the parents, or wait, no, actually, the parents would be allowed to make this change for their children, even though their children don't know what kind of decision they're making. They don't understand their sexuality. They don't even understand their gender yet, right? That's what the parent's for. The parent is supposed to guide the child to a certain way. We socialize our children, right? That's part of socialization. We have the largest influence from a certain age to another age. We have the largest influence on our children. And then, you got the schools, you got the peers and teachers and whatnot. All those people are involved in socializing your children. But it's ultimately up to the parent to determine and to guide the children toward the right direction, okay? But it's not for the parent to decide to make permanent changes to their child's body simply because that child expressed some type of feeling toward being the sex they're not, right? Like if a child says, oh, I'm a girl. If a little boy says, little 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old boy says, I think I'm a girl. That doesn't mean you should take it upon yourself to take your child to a doctor to have them chemically mutilated from the inside, right, on a genetic level, right? Because that's what it is. I mean, it's genetics, right? Your body is, you're evolving into another form of a human being. You're getting older. You're coming into your own. Puberty is very important for human growth, all right? These people want to stop that. But what happens? What happens when you do all that? What is puberty responsible for? Puberty is not just responsible for you growing hair on your balls, okay? That's not all it's responsible for. It's not just responsible for your voice changing. It's also responsible for bone growth, muscle growth, right? Good bone density, like a growth, right? Getting taller, getting bigger, evolving mentally, right? Becoming mentally more mature, emotionally more mature. These things There's a hormonal thing going on here. And hormones plays a part in a lot of what's going on with your body. All right. So you're manipulating the hormonal and the hormonal balance of that child when you give them these puberty blockers. Puberty is so much more than what they want you to think. So much more.
Slow traffic.
So we have to understand that, like, as parents, children cannot make this decision on their own. They cannot make that decision. Not even as a teen, not even as a late teen, right? When you feel like your child is a responsible enough adult to go out in the world and learn to make their own mistakes, to learn to take what you've taught them into the world and apply it and have some form of success. Until they have reached that point, you cannot do that. It is morally wrong. I don't care about the law. I don't care if they legalize it. It's morally wrong to take your child and give them these chemicals, have doctors give them these chemicals to manipulate their body, to manipulate their growth. It is completely wrong. And this Rachel Levine person, I hope she doesn't get confirmed, but the Democrats have so much control. This is an individual that is going to push through and authorize some bullshit. And a shout out to Rand Paul for making it plain that this is, mutilation. You're mutilating the child's body, point blank in the period, chemically, on a chemical level. And then, he was right. 78% of people who go through the sex change and all this other stuff go through that transition. They regret it and they go into depression. And then you have a number of people that commit suicide because, they can't go back. Once you remove the penis and all that, once you do the things that make these permanent changes, you cannot go back. You'll never be the same. I mean, I've heard a lot of crazy stuff about what happens when you get these sex changes, right? Especially from a man to a woman. Like you're cutting a hole in your body and you're stuffing the stuff up there, and it's basically an open wound, and it's just ridiculous. Okay, it's just ridiculous. It's not a womb, it's a wound. No matter what you do, no matter what type of technological advances happen, you will never be a woman. You will always be a man. And the same thing with a woman. You will always be a woman. I don't care what you do. You can have them sew a penis onto you. You can have put testicles on you and inject you with sperm every 2 weeks. Whatever you feel like you can do, you will always be a woman. You will always be a man if you're a man. If you're a man, you'll always be a man. If you're a woman, you'll always be a woman. Point blank in the period. It's nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with me being a transphobe, homophobe. It's just me spitting facts. These are facts. Facts don't care about your feelings. You understand what I'm talking about? So, we must have this understanding. We cannot allow them to let parents make this decision for the children. Okay, you see what they're doing. This woman, this thing, Rachel Levine, made it plain as day that, never mind what the parents, never mind what the children have to go through later on in life. The parents can make this decision and it just ruins their life. Okay? This is not something that we want. We must push against this. We must say no. We must say hell no. We must say hell to the no. You feel me, Billsby? So, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Do y'all think that the parents should be allowed to give children puberty blockers and things like that? Do you think that should be allowed? And do you think that it's kind of crazy that they have this type of treatment? Like, who comes up with this shit? It's just another, it's the destruction of the nuclear family. And I know it sounds cliche, but look, the nuclear family is very important. It's important for the growth of humanity. It's important for the growth of the population. It's a lot of importance goes into it, into the nuclear family. Look at what happens when you destroy the nuclear family. Let's look at the black people. Okay, in the 60s, so we had slavery, right? That happened. Okay, and then we had Jim Crow. After Jim Crow, and before civil rights, we started to see something, right? Black folks started to have shit going for them. Black folks were in families, you know what I'm saying? They were doing things like, yes, it was a struggle. Yes, there was a lot of hatred. There was a lot of racism going on. But before desegregation, right before desegregation in the civil rights era, we had shit cracking. Sure, what's her name? Had to sit on the back of the bus. Whatever. All this other shit. But that's beside the point. Rosa Parks. No, I don't mean disrespect by forgetting her name. But we had a lot of good shit going for us. We had schools. We had hospitals. We had banks. We had everything that we needed for as a community. You understand? We had shit going for us. And then, you know, the civil rights era happened, and then there goes the destruction of the black nuclear family. And then you see that it degrades. Our communities degrade after that.
Stop and go traffic. Immensely degrade. And now we're in this position where they're pushing this on people of color the most, right? You see it all the time. Yes, they're pushing it on all the people, but they're pushing it on black folks the most. The level of manipulation is completely asinine. It's obvious. Like, we have to start opening our mind and eyes up to the level of manipulation that they're throwing at us, and see that this shit is real. Like, this is not some conspiracy theory. They want to destroy family. They want to destroy man, woman, and child. They wanted man, and child. I was hearing about something. I forgot exactly what this was at. But these people were talking about how somebody had 3 daddies, and like, what? Like 3 daddies, like a homo throuple. You know what I'm saying? And they were just, it was crazy. This child had 3 men calling themselves his father or her father. What is that doing to that child? Children are highly impressionable, highly susceptible to suggestion. Then you have 3 homosexual men raising a child, and how are they going to raise this child? What type of values are they going to insert into this child's life? What are they going to expect from this child? That's what I want to know. Are they going to expect him to be straight? Are they going to expect him to want to build a family on his own naturally, organically, and, you know, have a wife and all that other stuff and do it the right way? Because that's the right way. I don't listen. If you want to go do your homosexual thing and all that other shit, that's fine. As far as getting your rocks off, if that's how you get your rocks off, boom, go ahead. But I think it's wrong. Y'all can, you know, call me a homophobe, whatever. I don't care. I think it's wrong when homosexual or lesbian couples raise children. I just think it's wrong. People can get mad. You know, I know a women couple, female couple, that one woman is pregnant, like, and they're about to have children together. Like, right? Yes, that woman was able to get pregnant and have a child, but eventually, I don't think it's right. That's just my opinion. Okay, I think it's morally wrong to raise a child in a household where it's not about man, woman, and child. Okay, where it's not about growing your family, no matter how, no matter what, right? Because what if you're a gay couple or whatever, and you want to keep having children, but you can't find a donor, or something happens and you can't afford in vitro? Well, what are you going to do? Well, there goes another 2 men or another 2 women that cannot reproduce. You understand what I'm saying? That cannot reproduce. And if you have to go outside of your family, outside of your relationship, to have a child, something wrong with that. Unless you're like in a polygamous relationship, but then that's not outside of your relationship. you guys are all participating in the same relationship as a polygamist. Or if you are a married couple, you're a man and a woman, and for some reason you can't have children, you know, you can adopt, you can surrogate, you can get a surrogate, but at the end of the day, you, that woman and that man, are going to raise that child, and they're going to see an example of what a real family looks like. You understand? What a real family looks like, and that's the values that's going to be instilled into them. Like, even if, let's say a gay couple wanted to tell their children, you know, that if they had this in their mind, you should have let's say if it's a girl, oh, you should have a man, a husband, you know, don't be like us. Go ahead and get with a man and have children, fall in love with a man, blah, blah, blah. What are the odds that they're actually going to do that, right? I mean, the odds can be high, but they're going to see an example of something that you're telling them something that you're not doing, right? They're going to see you two women raising them, and they're going to be thinking that's normal. They're going to think that, oh, well, this is okay. Until they get hit with that harsh reality when they go out in the world and all their friends have mothers and fathers and this, that, and the third, and they're the only ones without that. Like, they're gonna be like, well, what happened with me? They're gonna have a rude awakening unless the gay couple tells them early, like, look, this is what it is. This is not normal. What we're doing right now is not normal. It's not a social norm, even though it's growing. It's growing to be more of a social norm right now. Even though it's not a norm right now, you know, it's not a norm right now. This is not a thing that's normal. It's mostly, you know, you have a man and a woman with children, blah, blah, blah. This is not a normal thing. Even with that, they're going to be like, the kids are going to be like, well, you guys are my parents and this is what you guys are doing. I could just see a lot of confusion coming from that. So, children, this is the point. The children are the most important and precious commodities on this earth, right? And what we're seeing more and more from these politicians and these officials is an attack on our children. They're attacking our children, point blank and period. I don't care. There's no two ways about it. This is an attack on our children, our children's lives, our children's future, our children's sexuality, our children's bodies, our children's minds, and our children's hearts. Our children's soul is on the line. You know, it's just the bottom line to it. We're talking about playing God. All right? God put it in place. God put this thing in place. If you believe in God, if you believe in a greater power, if you believe in a creator, you believe in the universe, whatever, it happens for a reason. And when you start manipulating the children's body so that they don't go through puberty and this, that, and the third, you are destroying, you are playing God. There's no other way I know how to say that shit. It is what it is, shout. You are playing God, and it's wrong. You understand? It's wrong 100%. Stop fucking with the children. Leave the children alone, okay? Stop. Listen, stop. This whole, it shouldn't even be a question. It shouldn't even be a thing that they have treatment to block children's puberty. Whoever came up with that form of treatment needs to be quartered, right? Listen, that's a crime, right? The idea that you are giving children this treatment, everybody involved in allowing these children getting this treatment they are criminals. First of all, they are criminals. They're criminals. They're criminals, and they should be treated as such. They have created a victim of that child. When you block their puberty, you are creating a victim. You are creating a victim of that child because you're doing something to their body against their will and without their consent that is going to destroy them for the rest of their lives. Period. You are a criminal. If you believe in that, then you have criminal tendencies. If you think that children should be able to have this done, there's something wrong with you. And this has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with morality. Nothing to do with religion, nothing to do with laws, nothing to do with what politicians will and will not allow. Has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the evil. It has everything to do with a level of evil in your mind for you to believe that this is okay. If you think this is okay, then you need some healing. You understand what I'm talking about? You need healing if you think it's okay to do children this way. We need to stop this attack on our children. This is the most important thing, because while we're so distracted by racial issues, by this, that, and the third, they changed the name from Aunt Jemima, like all this bullshit. We still have missing children. We still have the attack on our children. We got, they're taking away parents' rights in Washington D.C. to determine whether their child can have the hokey pokey or not after a certain age. Like there's so much going on. Such a huge attack against our children. Look at the children going to these schools. That's gonna be another video. But anyway, I'm gonna get at y'all later. Much love to you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Look, I'm gonna put my PayPal in the description, along with a link to the copy of my book, The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease, on Amazon right now. Y'all can go cop that. You can get the digital copy. You can get the hard copy. And the PayPal is for if you want to buy a hard copy of the book with me, with my signature. Like, I'll autograph the book. I'll write a nice little message in there. All you gotta do is PayPal me $12 with a note saying that you would like an autographed copy of the book, and then we'll get that. I'll have to. It's not gonna be as quick as if you purchased it through Amazon, but because I have to get the book to me, and then I have to sign it, and then I'll get it sent out to you. Okay. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Am I tripping, or am I onto something? Like, do you think that our children's rights are more important than our parents' feelings about, whether or not their child is a man or a woman? Like, y'all let me know what y'all think. All right. You have to look out for the best interest of the child, and that's it. All right. Peace out.